Well, 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 welcome. And in case anyone else hasn't told you yet, welcome to the Realm of Millenia. Be he a man, woman, a child, a spirit creature, or a demon. Be ye a native migrator, or maybe even just some sort of invader into the realm. Welcome, for I am your host, the Millennium Mailman, bringing you guys and gals yet again another Theater Thursday. And the difference between theater versus theatrical Thursdays. Theatrical Thursdays, just being extra. Hope you read and listen to hear all about it. Versus Theater Thursday, you're getting a new introduction to a whole character, right? It's a theateristic show for you, right? Now, if this video is being posted, whenever this is the precursor video to my Hell's chapter introduction of a particular character who I am going to be calling the Legend of Cerberus. Right? This is the Legend of Cerberus precursor. Because I think there's a lot you, as an audience, might need to know going in to fully understand anything about what is going on, right? Now, this character and the tale for this legend being pulled out is going to be coming from not the first book in the Realm of Millenia series, but one of the later ones, right? And something I've been hinting to for a while now is that one of the later books to the series that I'm currently still working on is going to be called Hell's Chapter. One of the books in this book series I'm working on for the Realm of Millenia is called Hell's Chapter. And to say the least, without spoiling too much for you, you'll be able to tour the version of Hell for the Realm of Millenia version of Hell, right? And get an inner look at the dealings there. So it starts out with a phrase and just this general idea of a concept that doesn't make sense unless you know that you're actually in hell and it's talking about demons. And then just trying to make sure I get all my duckies in a row here. And then other things about it, because my Realm of Millenia is in the manner that I'm writing it is from a first-person perspective. There is a bit more excessive lingo for the hell of the Realm of Millenia as well in here, where one of those lingo scenarios for the realm, at least the Hell chapter Realm of Millenia, is that you would very much say you are in hell, like genuinely not in hell, not just a living hell, right? The version of God, the one true deity, is Satan. So when it says Lord and when it says stuff, particular words in reference to God, it could mean like the heavenly holier than thou God, but more than likely it is referring to deitizing and idolizing of Satan and Lucifer more than it is probably giving any acknowledgement of a real deity that you might believe in as the one true God here on earth. So just get that clear. And then other lingos such as around the place, like this is hell. So what would demons call the heaven, right? Anytime there's like a heaven's reference, it may or may not refer to it as cloud nine, right? So like heaven is the real term, but to the demons, the same way you would use random slurs and other stuff like that, certain lingo would be like, instead of calling it heaven, it'll be called cloud nine, right? It's like, oh yeah, the Lord's eyes are watching you. Yeah, you can't escape hell. There's no way you're doing it. If you came to hell, that means Cloud9 wasn't accepting. Right? You weren't being accepted by Cloud9 if you ever came down to hell. I don't know what's wrong with you. The Lord's always accepting new soldiers. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Right? Just things like that I had to think of to make sure my little continuity was working. It's like particular lingos like that. If you don't understand it, I do apologize. It would make more sense. I am sure it would make more sense had you read the actual book first. But seeing how I'm lore dropping these side characters to my own narrative early to build hype, I'm sorry, not sorry. Everything's not going to make sense perfectly, which is why I'm doing this preemptive video to let you know, be advised, of a couple of things that may not make sense that I'm not going to explain mid read through. But yes, so part of this Legend of Cerberus, there are a few excuse me. There are a few other things that I would implore you to might want to look into to get even like a minor understanding of before you come back to the weekly goes through, like the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Look up not any movie renditions of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, just like you can do an AI chat GPT, what are the four horsemen, what's the difference between them and everything, because this rendition of the quote Legend of Cerberus character I have does, I really did it out of the pure disdain and hate for, because I wanted to correct that, because I always liked the four horsemen of the apocalypse as characters, but something I would always hate is like they are so overpowered, it doesn't make sense how anyone ever defeats them, probably because they shouldn't ever be defeated and they can't be defeated, right? So I worked my way forwards and backwards and forwards again to see how is it possible that the four horsemen of the apocalypse seem to always be at odds with each other. The only way you can defeat the horsemen is by somehow getting them to each turn on each other for you to have any semblance of a fighting chance, because it's unrealistic, right? So for my own continuity idea, I'm like, okay, what if, and hear me out, what if the four horsemen of the apocalypse were just one person? Okay? Like the original four horsemen was just one person who has these 4 different legendary points of their life where like a normal person would do one job, they were the best there, quit it, gave up, went on to something new. They were the best at that too, went on, left that, went to do something new. They was the best of the best there too, right? So the Legend of Cerberus, this dog out here being the dog, the goats of the dogs, right? The Legend of Cerberus is this one character who is so awesome in everything and anything and everything that the moment he left these identities behind himself, people stepped up like, no, we can't just allow it to go down like that. We absolutely most certainly need someone capable, competent enough to just step up and take over, because the moment you left, the moment you stepped down and walked away from the position, nothing can ever feel right no more. It's like, we need someone now. It's like, we never had that position or anything before. It was never a big deal. Or then you showed us how big of a deal that position is, and we just, how could you have done that? You can't just step down, right? We need this. So the Legend of Cerberus shows this aspect of a character going through their life. As time goes on, they naturally go through changes where it's like, no, I can't do that no more. And I thought you were peeing on the couch, dog. I was about to be mad. Distractions. But yes, the Legend of Cerberus goes through the times in this character's life where they are the best at this, move on, they're the best at that, move on, they're the best at this new thing, move on, they become absolute beast and the best at this one final thing for the rest of their life, right? So it's just moving through, and as you go through the characters, I make sure to do the thing and have their color scheme change as well to match the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, because the colors also change between the horses. Like, there's the red steed, there's the black steed, there's the tan or white steed that's like blonde, and then there's the pure white steed. There are different colors, and I make sure to change the aesthetics and color scheme of the character as they are changing and going through these different points in their life to ultimately become the Cerberus, the legendary Cerberus. Sure, I'm checking everything. All right, so I recommend that you go through and do a quick chat GBT of the 4 horsemen beforehand, because after I do it, after I read my 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 front and back pages of this mini script for the Legend of Cerberus. 4 or 5 front and back pages of a script. And then I'm going to deep dive, explain it with heavy commentary, but beforehand, going in, I'm gonna just let you know, right? Because this is gonna be a couple weeks. This is gonna be a couple weeks worth of divided content, and then I'm going to just make like a big old compilation video of me just reading it straight through. as well. But ultimately, right, the Legend of Cerberus comes straight out of Hell's Chapter. I want to make sure I touched everything possible. Oh yeah. For the no. Yeah, the last thing I'd probably say that people might have a question about is the redacted. There's a character I have in the Realm of Millenia who is both a running gag. Excuse me. I have a particular character who's both a running gag and a very pivotal plot point inducing character who can basically be coined Mr. Redacted. You can't get to know nothing about Mr. Redacted because they have the ability to redact it from anyone and everyone. Right? So anything he doesn't like, he just has system permissions, if you will, to be able to click edit redacted. He'll just be able to put the big old redacted across the board. Like, oh, you want to know that information? I don't think they should. Drop down menu, click, redacted. You will never ever see that ever again. It's been redacted. It's like, oh, that's lovely. Right, so, but that's what they do. So, both in the beginning and the end, toward the end of this little script here, you get redacted information that's going to better tell you exactly who this character is, because it's a pretty big character. The Legend of Cerberus is a pretty big one, right? So like there are particular words or phrases that the Mr. Redacted is redacting from the public eye and the audience because you know too much. Right? You know way too much. But that being said, that is pretty much everything. This character, the Legend of Cerberus, is this whole character entity who's being talked. Excuse you. The Legend of Cerberus character is basically being talked about, and he is being pulled directly from the Realm of Millenia book titled Hell's Chapter. And in Hell's Chapter, it's just the offhand. But because I made an offhand comment, I wanted to finish that narrative. But because the current scripting narrative of the Legend of Cerberus wasn't actually pivotal to the plot line I had to the book I was writing. Plus, it went on just way too long. I was like, I'll turn it into a side short. I hope someone picks it up and can turn it into a pretty decent indie short or something. But ultimately, man, it's fine, right? So in the actual story, it's like someone is basically disrespecting Cerberus to the main character, who is like, excuse me, someone's disrespecting the name of Cerberus in front of the main character, who is understanding, where the hell am I? Oh, I am in hell. That's fantastic. Okay, right. So they're disrespecting Cerberus, and the tour guide demon is like, whoa, 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 what? Something you never do is disrespect the legend of Cerberus. You clearly haven't heard about Cerberus, and you're clearly a freaking newbie for you to have the audacity to disrespect the Cerberus. What the hell is wrong with you? Right? There's got to be something fundamentally messed up in your cranium, and don't ever let anyone hear you say anything about that, you new soul down here to the hell realm. What is wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with me? What do you mean? I mean, you will never ever disrespect the name of the Legend of Cerberus. Let me just tell you the Legend of Cerberus, right? And that's how we begin this conversation, right? This script comes from one demon voicing to a new occupant into the hell. It's like, this is the Legend of Cerberus, and this is why no one disrespects the name Cerberus, because there's something wrong with you. Don't let anyone catch you. That is a high honor. That is the Lord's right hand man. Don't do not ever disrespect the Legend of Cerberus. Yeah. Oh, you heard of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse? Yeah, all that was Cerberus. He's got nothing but imitations going around right now. Any horseman of the apocalypse you see nowadays is just literally a cheap imitation. Even the best of the best, if you see 4 people calling themselves the horsemen of the apocalypse, they are an imitation. All right? It is one dude, and that was the Cerberus. Only the Cerberus has ever been the true horseman of apocalypse, okay? Do not disrespect the legend of the Cerberus. There's something wrong with you. Ah, man, I'm about to blow my nose out. But yeah, I'm starting to digress. But yes, the Legend of Cerberus is big, it is bold, it is beautiful, and I can already picture it now on a big screen somewhere. It's going to be amazing. Right, but this has been the Precursor video. Get you hyped for the next couple of weeks, where I'll be reading out the Legend of Cerberus, and then probably the final week where I'll be actually explaining and doing a bigger lore dive into all the details that I revealed through the telling of the Legend of Cerberus. And again, all the Thursday characters are up for sale, basically. So if you like what you hear or what you watch and see when I actually read you the Legend of Cerberus, by all means, I'm not that bad about it. Just reach out to me at millenniummailman@gmail.com. Leave a like on the video, comment down in the comment section down below. I check my email once a week. Share the video for more exposure of the channel, the content, and all the other things. Or subscribe if you feel like it, dislike if you don't, but that's fine. Peace, love, and happiness, and all the best of things to you, because you're always still welcome. Just never disrespect the Legend of Cerberus. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.